this was important. This was actually what was coming through the dream last night when I was just dancing around the dream. It was explaining how, like, every existence that I'm living, that I'm bringing in new inhabitants into my world. And that every time a world comes to the close of its spiral, which there's never a close in the spiral, it's like a continuum, but every time it makes one complete circuit and there's a transition that's made, all of what was done and all of what was a part of that previous cycle all lives in that world. And if you ever want to return to it, it would be like going out of the gates of yourself and go making this trip all the way back to when you were into complete illusion. And it also shows you in every single diagram that there's always a limit. I guess there has to be a limit because the artist has to stop drawing. But we never end in seeing this 7 always there, the 7 layers, 7 days of the week. And it just tells us that this experience that we're having is for us to come into this stage of awareness to who we truly are and how to protect ourselves, what to use for protection, why protection is really there, and most importantly, that the protection is used for projection. It's almost the same word. That the protection is the projection. So as long as you know how to project yourself into the space that you want to be, it's like you never die. Now, they always show this in a couple movies. It's like if you know how to teleport, you just teleport right at the end of the death. And then you go right into life again. Boom, boom. All right. Where is this one at? Oh, this is when I was tripping. Let me get out of here. Poop. Which one is this? Oh, this is the one you saved this one. All right, save this one. Save. Let's stay here for a while. I remember that feeling. It was great. You can slide through all of the realms that you're connected to. And because, again, you have DNA, that means you're connected to all of them. Gaining access is allowance in self. It's making things very clear. What do all these symbols mean? Who are these other beings that are around me right now? At least bring out their chiefs. That's the crown of the Magi. You see the bird, you see the snake, and you see the lion. Bring me your chiefs. Take me to your leader. Now, the great initiation. Not who are you, who are we? Imagine sitting in front of a being that's vast, and instead of be like, who are you? What's your story? Like we do on Earth, it'd be like, who are we? That's going to be a good one in the meditation. Like, if something come at you, just be like, hold on, who are we? And then it just cancels out. Staying into that zone is it then self of making sure that we're cycling energy through self. That everything is good here. Just like we talked about the mushroom, that you can, if we have to take anything that you're saying and you're giving out, it makes us all laugh. It makes us all have euphoric visions. It makes us all feel like we're in an orgasmic state. When you're doing that around people, you made it. I'm telling you, you can go anywhere in the cosmos. They're going to fling the doors open for you. If you can bring in sweet smells and great beauty and honor, you can bring in those things. That's where the resource comes from. That means that you use your galactic boat to go and pick up the goods. And that's how we are treating ourselves now. Like all of this is now, you know how, let's say they have like this, I don't even want to use the word, it sounds weird. Let's say nursery rhyme. I was going to the other one, lullaby. The nursery rhyme, like, so where this comes from is when you are about to go to sleep, if you have like a process, now in the Toltec dreaming, there's an entire process. But the beginner's work is to basically find something, write something down that is like an honoring for you. Don't make it too short. Something that you really have to put to memory. It could even be your awareness about how you understand all this is put together and what it's like. It's planting, they call it planting the dream. And so it's basically something that once you gain the repetition, you start to think about it. You start thinking about this world that you're going in, how the worlds are set up all together, how the 7 days of the week and all that goes on in the drama, the dragon mothers. And then how you're just rising above that. Now you hit the base of the tree. You've come out of the water from sea level. And you start climbing up the tree. Starts getting really steep. You decide to maybe go to the left. But then you remember, I'm just going to keep that course. And you get to the center. You get shot up the elevator shaft. And you come out to the top. And there's another tree there. You're sitting down. So it's just like something that you do. And you just put it to memory. It doesn't really matter the details too much, as long as it's an ascension. And then you go into sleep with that, and it sets the floor for your dream. As long as it's committed to memory. If it's not committed to memory, it's not strong enough. It's not in the bank. But if you set it to memory, this process, you arrive there because you doze off before you even finish. And then bam, you start there. So in this space, in this time that we're in right now, this is what we're doing. We can't keep sending our projectors and our protectors into chaotic fields and let them keep projecting more chaotic fields and getting scarred up literally in there. Too many chinks in the armor, too much damage. Now your mirror and your lensing system gets broke. It's like you keep sending your protectors in, because every time you hear something that you say is distorted, a war must be fought and won. So this does boost morale sometime, but it's like, why are you sending out your protection all the time to fight and to war? And now it's hurt, it's damaged. When you need to know that it's not protection, it doesn't work the way people think. It's not to fight other things. You project yourself to where it's the best ideal situation for you. That's what you do. You don't sit there and conflict with your other variations of yourself. This is like a master of wisdom arguing with a fool. There's nothing that you're going to be able to tell the fool. He believes that he's right. So where do you project yourself? Away from it. So that's what I have today, tribe, as we go into our meditation. Today, we're going to visualize in your meditation, this Samaru within self and how important it is for you to be centered in all of that. I say all of that because when you look at these paintings, it's a bit busy. There's a lot happening, a lot going on. And that's life. Like even around me now, there's thousands of life forms. There's birds over there tweeting in the tree. They're doing something. There's a gecko running across the top of here. There's a snake moving probably underground. There's all types of things that are moving and in action. And that's how these worlds look. There's all this stuff going on. You're not going to stop that, nor do you want to. What you have to do, though, is realize how that comes into order inside of yourself, to put yourself in order. And then this external environment, especially the more and more you get around natural things, nature, if you may, in its original state, it responds.